Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. Hope all of you fine and learning a lot from this system. This lecture is for grade second year Pakistan Studies and this is your fourth lecture. We will continue chapter 1. Chapter 1, the name of the chapter, Genesis of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. And today, first of all, we will discuss Khilafat movement. Khilafat movement. In the First World War, Turkey sided with Germany against Britain. One thing you will remember, students, that on that time, the Khilafat movement, when it was started, who was ruling in India, you know that British. So in First World War, the British sided against Turkey. Germany and her allies were defeated when the war was over. Britain and her allies deprived Turkey of Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Iran, Palestine, and Syria, and it endangered the existence of Turkey. The Muslim launched a countryside movement which is called Khilafat movement. In November 1919, an organization called All India Central Khilafat Committee was constituted. Its three objectives: why Khilafat movement was started, what was the objective, why the Muslims of India, number one, Turkish Khilafat should remain intact. The holy places of the Muslims should remain in protection of the Turks. On that time, these holy places, Makkah and Medina, they were under Turkish Empire. The Turkish boundaries should remain the same as they were before the war. These were the objectives. The Khilafat movement was started. Khilafat movement 1919 to 1924. I told you the First World War, the time period of First World War 1918 to 1920, 1914 to 1918. This was the time period of First World War 1914 to 1918. And this Khilafat movement was started end of the First World War, means 1919, when Turkish was defeated. So this movement was started, and I told you why it was started. Introduction: the Khilafat movement was started by Maulana Muhammad Ali, Maulana Shaukat Ali, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Hasrat Mohani, Dr. Mukhtar Ahmad Ansari. It was started in 1919 to support Ottoman Caliphate and was short-lived, ending in 1924 by the overthrow of the Caliph by Kemal Ataturk in Turkey. Background: I told you Khilafat movement was very important event in the political history of India. The Muslims of India had a great regard for the Khilafat, which was held by Ottoman, means Turkish Empire. During World War I, the Ottoman Empire joined the war in favor of Germany, but Turkey and Germany lost the war, and a pact commonly known as Istanbul Accord was concluded between the Allied forces on 3rd November 1918. According to the pact, the territories of Turkey were to be divided among France, Greece, and Britain. Conclusion: Khilafat movement, however, did not last long. On the some violent incident in the country which resulted in the death of many Indians and British people, Gandhi called off his non-cooperation movement. This was a major jolt to the Khilafat movement. Movement received its final blow in March 1924, when the original Khilafat movement in Turkey was abolished following the Islamic country's conversion from a Sultanate empire to a republic. Now from your book we will discuss in detail. I told you about the background of Khilafat movement, why it was started, and what was the conclusion of this movement, Khilafat movement events and outcomes. I told you this was the time period of First World War 1914 to 1918, and Britain and her allies, they were victorious in this war. And after this war, behavior of the allies during the war and their arrogant proclamation made the Muslims Muslims highly apprehensive about their future designs. I told you why the Muslims were afraid about their future design, because all the Muslim sympathy and love with the Turkish, because on that time Turkish was a great Muslim sultanate, and these Muslims, these holy places Makkah and Medina, they were also under Turkish control. The Muslims were afraid that the allies were take over a part of the Turkish Empire, distribute some of its part among themselves, may desecrate the holy Muslim shrines, and even go to the extent of dismembering the Turkish Empire, which the Muslim cherished as a symbol of global Muslim fraternity. These apprehensions gave out a wave of anger and unrest among the Indian Muslims. They started a countrywide movement in which the Hindus stood by their side and gave them full support. Now, important events of the Khilafat movement. What were the important events of Khilafat movement? This is very important question. It can be asked in short question. Write the background of Khilafat movement. Now, important events, it can be asked in long question. First important event, establishment of Khilafat Committee. In order to organize a mass movement and launch an opinion forming campaign, a committee was formed on November 23rd, 1919. It can be asked in MCQs. It was named the All India Khilafat Committee. Hindu Muslim unity and non-cooperation. In the year 1919, the Indian National Congress decided to support the Muslims on the Khilafat issue and authorized Gandhi to chalk out a roadmap for the matter. This was the time period of 1919, and this time the Indian National Congress, that was a totally Hindu political party, and this Hindu political party decided to Muslim to support in this Khilafat issue, and who was having authority and to chalk out a roadmap, that was Gandhi. Gandhi brought forward a program of non-cooperation with the government, which was to be executed in 4 stages. Khilafat delegation. In 1920, a delegation headed by Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar set off for London. One delegation, and who was headed this delegation, Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar was the head of this delegation, and he decided to convey all his demands to the British government, but the British government refused to listen these demands or refused to give an ear, and the delegation, however, some meeting and explain its position to the general public. The Treaty of Sèvres. In May 1920, the Allied forces decide on Turkey's fate under the treaty made, where it was this treaty was done in Sèvres, and the empire was stripped of its occupation in Europe and Arabia. The treaty was named after the venue where it was concluded. That's why we called it Sèvres, because it was made in Sèvres. Non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation was movement. It was started, and Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar, Maulana Shaukat Ali, Maulana Zafar Ali Khan, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, and Maulana Hasrat Mohani set the Indian emotion at fire with their speech. These were the main leaders of the non-cooperation movement or the Khilafat movement. All India Hartal was observed on the appeal of Khilafat Committee on August 1st, 1920. Underline this, it can be asked in MCQs. Gandhi was elected leader of the non-cooperation movement. I told you Gandhi was the leader or the main head of this movement, non-cooperation movement. As a part of non-cooperation program, court were boycotted, government servant resigned services, students all over India quit educational institution. Many of the British title holders surrendered their title and decorations as protest. Ali brothers, Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar and Maulana Shaukat Ali, they were the main leader of this movement. They were convicted on charges of high treason and given 2 years rigorous imprisonment. Civil disobedience in November 1921. The people were given to call a break the law and disobey the government by refusing to pay taxes by all other possible means. About 30,000 people they were arrested after this disobedience movement. Mopla uprising. Moplas were Muslim community and they were settled South Indian shore. They claim to be a descendants of Arab trader. In 1921, there were a clash between Mopla and Hindu business lord of the area. Um, this issue was totally purely local nature, but British government took this chance and they availed this golden opportunity, creating rift between the Hindus and the Muslim. I told you this was the time period when Hindu and Muslims they were together in this Khilafat movement, and Gandhi was the leader or the main head of this movement. So when the clash was between Moplas, they were the Muslim community, and Hindu, so British government used this opportunity with a golden opportunity of creating rift between the Hindu and Muslims, exaggerated report about Hindu and Muslim rights were spread, which provoked the extremists on both sides, and this spreads all over the India, right? And this state of affair caused a great setback to the Khilafat Committee. Chora Chori incident in the year 1922, an infuriated mob of Chora at Chora Chori, a small township in the UP, led siege to a police station and set it at fire. 21 policemen were burned alive. Civil disobedience call of Gandhi said the sins of civil disobedience movement had deviated from its avowed part of non-violent. It was necessary to call it off. He made this decision at a time when the movement had reached its climax. Gandhi was Gandhi announced and had deviated from its avowed path of non-violence, it was necessary to call it off. Gandhi announced this end of this movement, and he made this decision at that time when this movement was its peak time, its climax time, and without any consent, the other Muslim leaders, Gandhi announced end of this movement. Reaction of the leadership, the entire leadership of the movement, the Hindu and the Muslims, the both was stunned at this sudden decision, and most of the leaders thought that this decision was without justification and had caused a great setback to the movement. Abolition of Khilafat, when Gandhi announced the end of this movement without any consent with the other leaders. But then abolition of Khilafat, Ataturk came to power in Turkey, and on March 3rd, 1924, he abolished the institution of Khilafat. So there was no need of Khilafat movement in India. This proclamation came to a final death blow to the Khilafat movement in India, because Ataturk announced the abolished of the institution of Khilafat. Khilafat movement results and consequences. Now we will discuss Khilafat movement. What was the result of Khilafat movement? First of all, beginning of the common man politics in the subcontinent. It was the first popular movement. It was the first popular movement which touched almost all parts of the world. Oh, sorry, subcontinent. It was through Khilafat platform that the leaders of the public opinion came very close in the common man. It gave people the consciousness which was to save a motivating force behind the Muslim struggle for the achievement of Pakistan in the days of coming. What we can say in this movement, this was the movement which touched almost all over the India, and through this platform the leaders of the public opinion came very close to the common man, and after this motivating force the Muslims got the motivation and which helped in the struggle for the achievement of Pakistan. A step toward liberation of India. It was an important step. The liberation of India from the shackles of the British rule, the forceful expression of India's popular sentiment against imperialism helped the British ruler to understand that it was impossible to keep under India their control forever. They started to make their mind to quit. This was the time period of after the Second World War. I told you it was started in 1919 to 1924, and this was the first time when the British government thought and understand that it is not possible, it was impossible to keep India under their control forever. So they started to make their mind to leave India, to quit India. Training of national consciousness for the Muslims. Khilafat movement helped in ending the un-Islamic ideology. Of separation between religious and politics. Khilafat movement was one such movement which was based on the religious concept and was led by the ulama of its leaders. Consolation of the Turk soldier. Although the Indian Muslim did not succeed in achieving their core object, yet the Khilafat movement did great service to the Turk who were fighting the war of their survival. Speech and statement of the Khilafat leaders were translated and spread in Turkey, and it gave um, the Turk soldier courage to consolidate and strengthen their position in the area left for Turkey after the war was over and drive the enemies out of the Turk areas. Success of moderate approach. In all the Khilafat movement, no Qaid-e-Azam, Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Allama Iqbal, they did not participate in this movement. Why? Because they believed in peace and they believed in table talk. So the moderate Muslim leaders like Allama Iqbal and Qaid-e-Azam, and you have observed in all the Khilafat movement, agitation, riots, violence, disobedience movement, uh, uh, Mopla uprising, civil disobedience called off, and non-cooperation movement. They were started, and the all subcontinent. These movement was started, and so many things were done, like the non-cooperation program court were boycotted, government servant resigned service, student call all over the India, quit educational institution. Many of the British holders surrendered their title. So Quaid-e-Azam and Allama Iqbal, they did not participate in this movement. Of course, their sympathy and love with the Turk people and the Turkish and Turks, but they did not indulge themselves in the politics of agitation or the emotional frenzy spurred by the Khilafat leader. They believe that no substantial success can be achieved through emotions and agitation politics. Result proved that these leaders were right. Failure of Khilafat movement enhanced people trust and confidence in moderate politicians, means Allama Iqbal and Quaid-e-Azam. Now the next topic is Pakistan Resolution, 23rd March 1940. You know that Pakistan Day, we celebrated this day every year, and we called it Pakistan Resolution, 23rd March 1914. It was passed, Pakistan Resolution. And what was the background of this resolution? Why it is important in the history of Pakistan? Why we celebrated this resolution this day every year? Because the Muslims of India in this resolution clearly told that we wanted a separate country. This resolution was passed on 23rd March 1940 in the 27th annual session of Muslim League, which was presided over by Quaid-e-Azam. The resolution was presented by Maulvi Fazlul Haq. Quaid-e-Azam threw light on the political problem of the Muslim and the two nation theory in his presidential address. He defined the two-nation theory. At the start of the chapter, I told you the two-nation theory, that Muslims are a separate nation if we compare to the any other nation of the world. In this session, an unanimous declaration was made that no constitutional plan would be acceptable. Was made that no constitutional plan would be acceptable to Muslim unless it was led on the basis of fundamental principles. It meant that geographically all the mutually connected units would be demarcated according to the new lines, and the geographical changes could be made accordingly. In the Muslims majority areas of the northwest and the east, independent and self-governed states should be made. This was declared in Lahore Resolution. First it was called Lahore Resolution, then Hindu ridiculous called it Pakistan Resolution. So the Muslim accepted this name, and now we all celebrated this year as a Pakistan Day or Pakistan Resolution. Now, from your book, The Pakistan Resolution background, what is the background of Pakistan Resolution? Why the Muslims of India in 23rd March 1940 clearly told the British and the Hindus we wanted a separate country. Uh, Many events, and now we will explain. The Lahore Resolution is the most significant landmark in the history of our freedom struggle. In the month of March 1940, the Muslims of India adopted a resolution, their national objectives, expressing their firm commitment to make all efforts for the achievement of their objectives. Now we will discuss one by one the important of these important factors and events why the Muslims of India they wanted a separate country. First of all, of course, two nation theory. The Muslims, by virtue of their faith, are a separate nation, and they have their own identity, their religion, their customs, their traditions, their even food, dress, each and everything that is different with if compared to the Hindus. So Muslims of India, after living thousands of years together, finally they decided we wanted a separate country. Their spiritual national aspiration could only be realized in a state which was Islamic in nature, whether they could live as free citizen and could make their lives according to the teaching of Islam. Hindu extremism, the Muslims had lived with the Hindus as neighbors and compatriots for about 1,000 years, and on the after after their experience, they could not expect good neighborly treatment from the extremist Hindu who had already made it clear that the Muslim had no place in India. They should either embrace Hinduism or quit India. Iqbal Allahabad address in 1930, Allama Iqbal, his presidential address in Allahabad. He was a great poet, philosopher, and Allama Iqbal clearly told the British and the Hindus that the northwest part of the India subcontinent was predominantly Muslim. That means the Muslims, they were majority in these places, that Muslim living in these areas form a distinct and separate national entity, and that their rights in any future constitution should be determined in this light. Oppressive Congress rule. Congress ministries were formed in 7 out of the 11 Indian provinces. These government worked till 1939. When the Congress ministries were formed in 1937, and Congress was successful in this election, and they formed their government in 7 out of 11 provinces, and this was the worst time period for the Muslims of India. Bad governance and the oppressive rule of the Congress ministries created a general discontentment and despair among the Muslims. Demand for a separate Muslim homeland was its immediate outcome. Popularity of the Muslim League. I told you in 1937, Muslim League was poorly failed in this election. And after this, Muslim League started a country-wide campaign, and in the Qaid-e-Azam kept persistently in touch with the Muslim during the oppressive Congress rule. He was successful in impressing upon them them that a horrible future lies ahead them if the Congress were entrusted authority to rule the whole of India. Because this was a very short picture, 1937 to 1939, and Quaid-e-Azam observed that it will be very difficult and horrible future if the Congress were entrusted authority to rule the whole of India. As a result of Quaid-e-Azam effort, the Muslim League, which had failed to attract the Muslim masses in 1937 election, emerged as a sole only representative of the Muslim nation in 1945 to 46. Muslim League session in Lahore. Historic Muslim League session was held in 1940 in Lahore. It can be asked in short MCQs. Addressing a rally of more than 100,000 people after the Juma prayer on March 22nd, the Quaid-e-Azam said, under the play of unity of India and one nation which does not exist, it is sought to pursue here the line of one central government. We know that the history of the last 1200 years has failed to achieve unity and has witnessed India during the age always divided into Hindu India and Muslim India. Muslims are a nation according to any definition of a nation, and they must have their homeland. We wish to live in peace and harmony with our neighbor as free and independent people. Here Quaid-e-Azam clearly told the British and the Hindus that Muslims are and the Muslims are a nation according to any definition of the nation, and we wanted a separate country where they wanted to live in peace and harmony, and also we wanted to create friendly relation with our neighbor as free and independent people. Adoption of the Lahore Resolution. The resolution was moved on March 23, 1940 by the Bengal Chief Minister Maulvi Fazlul Haq. It can be asked in MCQs. The resolution which came later to be known the Pakistan resolution was adopted in the last session of the meeting on March 24. First Pakistan Day was celebrated on March 23rd after a year in 1941. Salient feature of the Lahore Resolution, also it can be asked in long question. Salient feature of the Lahore Resolution. The Lahore Resolution embodied minimum demands regarding the political status of the Muslims in Southeast Asia. The Muslims resolved in the unambiguous ambiguous terms. They will only accept a constitutional formula which satisfy the following Muslim demand. First, to number one, federal scheme. Disapprove the federal scheme formulated in the Government of India Act 1935 is absolutely unsuitable for the Indian condition. I told you why it was unsuitable in the previous lecture. I told you the Indian Muslim will never accept it, because if this system will introduce in Act 1935, automatically the Hindu will be in majority. The Hindus are in majority and they will to control in the India. So this system that is not acceptable, will not accept the Indian Muslim. Establishment of independent state. It was clearly stated that a constitution acceptable for the Muslims of India shall be based on the following principle. It was clearly told that constitution, I told you the basic law of the country, it will be only acceptable if these points will be included. Geographically contiguous units be demarcated into region in which the Muslims are numerically a majority. In Allahabad address, Allama Iqbal mentioned these Muslims majority area. Northwest and East zone of India should be grouped to constitute independent state in which the constitute unit shall be autonomous and sovereign. Safeguard for minorities in the newly established Muslims and non-Muslim state, they will be safeguard. Properly safeguards should be provided to minorities with their consultation for the protection of their religion, cultural, economic, political and administrative rights and interests. It was clearly mentioned that in these newly established Muslim states and non-Muslim states, the minorities, they will be safeguarded, they will be free like the other nations. Extent of the state sovereignty. The resolution authorized The resolution authorized the Muslim League Working Committee to draft a detailed constitutional scheme in the light of the principle stipulated in the resolution. This scheme shall ensure that the state created under this scheme have full control over defense, foreign affair, communication, custom, and all other necessary subject. Analysis. Following are the most notable feature of the Lahore Resolution. These word Pakistan was nowhere used in the text of Lahore Resolution. The resolution did not demand one Muslim state in clear term, which was caused due to the use of plural state was removed later at Madras session of the Muslim League held in 1941. At the start, it was did not demand one Muslim state in clear term, but after it was removed the word states, and a resolution adopted at this session clearly stated that the Muslim League stood for only one Muslim state, one sovereign, independent Muslim state. The boundaries of the Muslim state or states were not defined in the resolution. Words like units, regions, zones were used instead. The resolution was originally called Lahore Resolution, but later it came to be known as Pakistan Resolution. I told you how it was called Pakistan Resolution. This name was given by the hostile Hindus press and was readily picked by the Qaid-e-Azam. First, it was called by the Muslim leader and Qaid-e-Azam. They called it Lahore Resolution, but the Hindu, they use this word as ridiculous. They use this word Pakistan Resolution, but Qaid-e-Azam accepted this word and picked up this word as a Pakistan resolution. In the following year, the Lahore Resolution was referred to as a sole document formulating Indian Muslim unanimous national demand. The points which was left ambiguous in the resolution were later clarified in the resolution adopted by the Muslims Representative Convention held at Delhi in 1946. Importance of the Lahore Resolution, very important question. Also it can be asked in long and also it can be in short question. Importance of the Lahore Resolution or the Pakistan Resolution. Number one, determination, focus. Through this resolution, the Muslims of India set their national objective and expressed their unflinching determination to make all-out efforts for the achievement of these objectives. Before this resolution, Muslims of India, they were not sure what they wanted. Many times the Hindu and Congress totally they showed itself the totally Hindu political party, and all the time the Hindus they were against the Muslims. But on that time the Muslims of India they were not sure what they wanted, what was the final solution. After this resolution, Lahore or Pakistan resolution, the Muslims of India they got their destination, means they wanted a separate country. Representative of the Muslims from all over the world attended the Lahore session. Even the following years proved that Muslims had reposed full confidence in the Muslim League. Also, one important point that in this resolution, Muslim League role that was the totally proved itself a Muslim political party, and only the Muslim League is the representing the Muslims of India. Pakistan was taken up as the core issue by the Muslim League in the election manifesto it gave for the 1945-46 election. The Muslim rallied round the Muslim League in great number, the same party which had failed to attract people in 1937 election. Again, I told you in 1937 election, Muslim League was failed, but in 1945-46 election, Muslim League was totally successful in this election. And now emerged as a sole representative of the Muslim nation all over the India. Emergence of Pakistan. The Lahore Resolution gave a direction to the political struggle of the Muslim. I told you now the Muslims of India, they were aware their destination. What now the political struggle, it gave a struggle, it gave a motivation, it gave the encouragement the Muslims of India. The Lahore resolution gave a direction to the political struggle of the Muslims, and within a very short span time. How short span? 7 years. In 1940, 23rd March 1940, this resolution was passed, and after a very short time, in coming 7 years, the Muslims of India, they were able to achieve their cherished goal, Pakistan. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. And what is your homework? Revise these topic. Thank you.